What's up, everybody?
That's how it's
No,
gonna
I
start.
fucked that
Everyone,
up.
get ready.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to GameSpro. What the fuck is wrong with me?
You having a stroke? Do I need to call an ambulance?
No. Yeah, but not for me.
Oh, it's for me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Game Scrubs, episode number 43. I am one of your hosts, Cal. Joining me, as always, as per usual, Jake. Jake, how you doing?
I'm doing real good. I finally unlocked Gold Medal Mario in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so I'm riding Cloud9 right now. Where do I even go from here? I feel like I've peaked, but I'm doing really good. How about yourself?
Other than a slight mental collapse at the beginning of the podcast, I'm doing just fine.
Too much red meat, bro. Clogging up
Huh?
your art. He said too much red meat. You gotta eat more veggies. You're clogging up your arteries. Cholesterol's too high.
Are there veggies in beer?
It's made of wheat. Wheat's a wheat's a plant. It's fine.
Wheat grows out of the ground, right? Yeah. So do hops.
Yeah.
That's basically a vegetable.
Hops are basically a vegetable.
My food eats your food.
It's true though. I'm a proud supporter of Iowa. I eat a bunch of soy. Thank you. Just supporting the local economy, doing my part.
Yeah, but how much is soy per bushel? You know,
I would say
corn is
you asked her corn, and corn bushels are, but soybean bushels are 550 right now. Well, it's actually 1020.
For those wondering what we're referencing, the Iowa debate between Teresa Greenfield and Joni Ernst got to that point, and for whatever fucking reason, Joni Ernst thought that they would ask her the same question after Teresa Greenfield answered it correctly.
I love that so much.
Like, what kind of fucking moron do you have to be like, oh, you're gonna ask me the same question? Great.
Cool. I was literally listening to what she was saying. See, here's the thing: is she thinks that they would, that they don't think she's listening to the other person. Generally, she doesn't. She just spouts her usual talking points. But this time, she was actually paying attention. She's like, I can spell corn. It has 4 letters in it. That's the extent of something I can spell. I can also name the price after she named it for me. I got this. What an idiot. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll be seeing more of her.
People really out there, the state of Iowa really out here making me live here for 6 more years so I can vote against her again. Can't believe it, the audacity.
Thanks a lot, Iowa. You fucked up again.
Got that brain drain, bro.
Speaking of brain drain,
Yes.
Phil Spencer is saying that Halo Infinite didn't affect the Series X launch sales much in its absence.
I mean, I think it
Do
could,
it.
I think it could have. You can't sell games if you don't sell consoles, so you don't have to worry about it anyway. Like, where are you even gonna get an Xbox Series X? I can't find one anywhere. Can you find one anywhere?
No, but I also don't have money, so I can't.
Here's the thing. When I'm really out there trying to get a console I desperately want, the PS5, I think maybe I'll settle. Maybe I'll go for less. Maybe I'll grab an Xbox Series X, and they aren't there either. It's fine. But Halo Infinite legitimately would be one of the reasons I would want an Xbox Series X, even though I do have a computer, so who knows?
Yeah. And actually, to mention this before, but yes, as a matter of fact, those lights that you see behind me here are in fact Christmas lights.
Hell yeah, they are.
I don't know about you, but we are already in full Christmas mode. I think partially because my girlfriend and I just want this year to be over.
The closer it is to Christmas, the closer it is to being done.
Yeah.
I dig it.
2020, I'm over it.
Mood. This is
and,
supposed to be my
I
year,
guess-
bro.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the summer
Yeah.
of George. Oh my gosh. Well, what do you think of this? Do you think that having Halo Infinite would have sold more Xboxes? Like having it on launch when they said that it was going to be a launch title a while back, getting people excited for this game,
um,
or sorry, this console.
I mean, partially, but I think at this point, I think the software environment of the consoles plays a large part as well into whether or not they get sold. And by software, I mean like literally like the UI of the main menu,
Yep.
shit like that.
Yep.
How easy it is to jump in a party with friends, you know, uh, that sort of stuff, right? And specs, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't forget the teraflops. You can't forget the teraflops, Jake.
But is it 4K? Does it run at 15 frames per second in 4K? It's important that it looks good. It doesn't matter how well it runs or the story. It just has to be the highest fidelity possible.
As long as I don't see any frames or see any tearing or artifacts, it's 4K. I'm fine with 4K. So obviously, I think it would have helped, but my understanding is like that they're sold out anyway because they didn't make enough.
Yep.
So
Exactly. It's like, damn, 343 doesn't get the chance to disappoint us till later.
yeah, yeah,
We'll just always.
precisely.
Here's the thing: we'll always be chasing that Bungie high. That's just a fact.
It's true.
And
Yep.
like, I'm not saying that they're making like atrocious bad games. They're just not as good as Bungie Halo games. That's just how it is. You can ask anybody who's played Halo through the years. Like, that's just where we're at.
Yeah.
More than I mean, wow, they sold more than 1 million consoles in the first 24 hours. So that's dope.
That should be for Microsoft. I'm sure they would say that's nice, and we're not going to discount the fact that that happened. But at the same time, we expect more out of our brand.
Exactly.
So we'll see if my thought is that this actually opens things up for again the I'm not going to say tried and true Microsoft strategy for Xbox as a brand, but I think this sets up well again for the future, where you know what, you have a launch console and it goes out. Now you have the opportunity, not by pushing Halo back, to say, hey, you know what, we're going to do a bundle, and this bundle is going to be it'll include the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for a year, Halo Infinite to own, then standard, controller, headset, console, right? And bundle it all for like $550,
Yeah.
let's say, because there's a little bit more in there, right?
Yeah.
Do you think then that, say, around that, like, somewhere, I imagine, like Valentine's Easter window ish, that we could see something like that either announced or straight up coming out?
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I think Microsoft might take the hit and just release the game with it. They have the funds. It'd be a total flex. It'd be like, I think they could sell a lot of consoles by charging an extra $50, but I think they could sell an ass ton of consoles by not charging any extra for it.
That would be sick too.
I would get that, dude. I would legitimately buy that.
Imagine this. a bundle comes out, and Xbox says, "Okay, we are now going to bundle Halo Infinite with our new lineup of Xbox Series X consoles."
Mm-hmm.
And for those who bought
Oh my
in the
gosh.
launch window, we are going to give you a digital version for free via Xbox Game Pass. Or like just, but you will own it.
That would be crazy. That would be absolutely absurd. I would be
I
down.
think that would be like, number one, it'd be a great way to show that you're going to reward fans for their loyalty to the Xbox brand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, gain loyalty for, or not gain loyalty, but like just gain more fans for the brand overall.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know, as someone who, I'm not going to say I'm like Team Xbox all the way necessarily, because I
Mm-hmm.
definitely have a lot of gripes with them.
Yeah.
uh, as someone who at least kind of just monitors it and like,
You follow it.
yeah, I definitely would say that a lack of true exclusives is
Mm,
still hurting them
I think so
to
too.
the point where I just can't see myself saying, you know what, this is what's going to get me to buy the console.
Yeah.
Versus I have Game Pass on my PC. I have, let's see how many games I have downloaded right now.
Yup.
I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And let's see, 2 of those are Microsoft exclusives. And I say that loosely because it's Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which isn't really an exclusive.
Yeah.
Maybe is it even a console exclusive? I don't
I
even
don't
know
think
about
so. Hang on, I'm looking it up right now. Keep going.
that. Gears 5, which by the way,
I mean, Ori is on
I still
Switch
need to
now,
finish that. Oh yeah, that's right.
and honestly, that's where I'd prefer to play it. Personally, how great is that?
Platformers on Switch is where it's at. Um, even though I basically only play Animal Crossing and Smash on Switch anymore.
Oh man,
Although I still need to finish Fire Emblem Three Houses.
it's so
on the Black Eagles route.
it's just so easy, dude, to sit down in my bed and play an RPG on my Switch. Just get the TV going. But yeah, like you said, what is an Xbox exclusive anymore? That doesn't exist. They are making sure of that, but that's totally fine. If they want Games Pass to be the thing, if they want to be that to be the thing they're known for, that's awesome. I mean, shit, dude. Microsoft, they make Surfaces, right? They make laptops. But what do they make their money on? Their software. Like, that's just how it's been. Maybe the Xbox is going to exist, but you know what'll make them more money? Having Game Pass on as many platforms as possible. And they're no
Having that recurring payment as well.
they exactly they know it. You can't just buy Microsoft Word anymore, man. You have to buy the yearly subscription to it. They know what
Office
they're doing.
365.
Oh my gosh, they know what they're doing, and it's like it's a brilliant business in the sense of software movement. But is it gonna really equate to like console movement? We'll see. We'll see how they do. I mean, they stopped announcing numbers because PlayStation was outselling the Xbox 2-1, which is like, here's the thing: the Xbox One sold so well. It is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. But the fact that PlayStation outsold them 2-1, it just like says so much about how well those were selling. Yeah.
Phenomenon right now. It's in the chat saying "Stop the count," and it's basically exactly like
That's exactly what they did.
The same scenario where it's like, man, the Xbox One did so well, but PS5 did even better, or PS4
Yeah. Oh
did
my god.
even better.
Real quick, as far as bundles go, just everyone keep your eye out. Best Buy has a bundle for a Nintendo Switch that comes with 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online and Mario Kart for $300. So you get a staple for the Switch and 3 months of online Just because they don't do shit like that. If you're interested, just something to keep an eye on.
Nintendo does not do shit like that. That's true. Nintendo. I mean,
Nintendo
shit.
don't, dude.
Yeah. For those who are wondering, we're switching to an all Sega games. We're bringing back the Sega games.
I mean,
All Sega games. Sonic, we are going fast. We are selling out for Sega. It's happening.
Fee, I would like to acknowledge that it is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which it was on the Wii U. I say it's a staple for the Switch because it's the best-selling game on the Switch. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like,
which is surprising because
it's stupid. There's so many better games. Like, I don't know. I play Mario Kart all the time and I love it, but there are like games made for the Switch that are better. And they should have made a new Mario Kart game instead of just moving it over. All right, so you want to talk about... Speaking of Switches, though, everyone remember how hard it was to get one of those when they first launched? Turns out it's not just the Nintendo thing.
Yeah, it's like... everything.
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 One would even say the gaming industry consistently fails us as far as selling the actual products. Next-gen console or a graphics card? Nah.
Nope. And the reason that the gaming industry keeps failing miserably at selling its most important products is because they're not making enough. And that's it.
That's it. That's all we gotta say, because that's just how it is. Real quick, I didn't bring it up for to talk about because it is gaming news, but I didn't feel like we could talk about it a lot. Japan has actually moved a lot of their production of consoles to Japan, and it's being done by robots, if you can believe it. So, like,
wow. Shocking that they would rather pay an electric bill than someone's wage.
It's like 4 or 5 employees in the factory that just maintain the robots, and they can pump out a ton of consoles. Get that UBI, baby. Get it done. If you're going to do that, UBI. It's just a fact.
Yeah, no shit.
But, you know what's really cool, though? Consoles not being on shelves sucks. But games, talking about last year's games for the Game Awards, that's pretty cool. Well, alright, first of all, before we get into this, what'd you think of the initial rollout? What'd you think of the initial announcements?
Oh my god, there's a lot to... Well, first up, a lot of multi-category blankets being thrown as far as like just games. There's certain games that have dominated this year and certain games that have not. Well, not you know what I'm saying, where
I'm
it's
picking
like
up what you're putting down.
Either a game is almost involved in almost every single category, or it's involved in a very specific one, and it's like, okay, well, that's probably gonna win then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, let's save Game of the Year for later, because I don't want to talk about that right now.
Yeah, we're not going to start with Game of the Year. There's so much more to talk about. And I have some stuff that, like, small things I'd really like to talk, very focused groups. What one would you like to talk about first?
I want to talk about game direction first.
Ooh,
okay?
Interesting choice.
Yes, because right now it looks like there's 5 nominees for every category. The ones that are nominated for Best Game Direction are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and The Last of Us Part 2. In my opinion, now, I have not played Hades, Final Fantasy, or Ghost of Tsushima, or Half-Life Alyx. I'll just be honest. I have seen gameplay of all these.
But he has played Last of Us Part 2.
Yes, I have.
I was there.
From what I've seen from my previous roommate playing Ghost of Tsushima, and also other clips on YouTube, in my opinion, as far as game direction goes, I really strongly think that should get it.
Really?
Number one, because Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'll just say it, I don't think it should be in any of these fucking categories. All right? A remake, all it does is update
No.
how the game plays and the graphics.
I mean, that's a remaster, not a remake. You just described a remaster, not a remake.
It's still basing itself off of a premise that was already done.
I mean, so did Ghost of Tsushima. Based itself on feudal Japan. Like,
Yeah, history.
we're talking about Final Fantasy history here then.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I would like to point out the chat says Ding Dong Cal is wrong. Exactly. You summed up all of Nintendo's IPs then. All right. Well, here's the thing. I don't know.
I think I will still argue Ghost of Tsushima did everything better than Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think that the graphics are incredible. Not saying any of the graphics among any of these games is bad.
But
I'm saying I think as far as game direction, Ghost of Tsushima should get it, in my opinion.
Here's the thing about Ghost of Tsushima. I have so much to say. I'm buying it on Black Friday. I definitely was waiting for just a price cut because they're gonna do it. If I can get it for $40, I'll take it. Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch started us on the generation and finished us this generation.
Oh, they finished us.
Dude, so hard. Here's the thing. Okay, when I saw that original gameplay trailer and the sword fighting was accurate, the rose petals moved around your feet, the way you traverse through this, the interactions, I was just like, okay, how are video games like this being made?
Yeah.
How does someone create this? And here's the thing. Did we hear a lot about Sucker Punch's crunch? Did we hear a lot about Sucker Punch's development hell? We did not. I don't know if they have, the most insane NDAs of all time or what. But this game just came out and was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's art. It is, when people say video games are art, this is a game I would look to.
Yeah, this is this exact sort of game I would say right there. Look at that. Look at the way they set it up. And then not only that, but the transition from cinematic to gameplay.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. Oh,
all right.
So good.
Did you see the articles back when it came out? It was a month after, and Japanese developers were upset that they didn't make it. They were just
they were saying wow, they really captured Japanese culture really well.
It's they obviously really cared, and they did it better than we've ever done it before. And I'm like, but there's just so much love in this game. You can see the love and hard work. You can see the blood, the sweat, the tears, and I could see it. I could see it crushing so many categories.
If I were to rank these in terms of, for me personally, as far as game direction goes, I would go Ghost of Tsushima 1, Hades 2, and then from there it gets a little tough. Because I feel like Last of Us Part 2 only builds off of an already established world.
Exactly.
But I'm partial to games that have a little bit of a unique feel to them and are original instead of just obviously with my talk about the Final Fantasy VII remake, should not. I still will say that it should not be in any of these categories. But Half-Life Alyx, again, that's building off of an already established world to introduce VR components to it, I guess. Which I don't know, maybe
that's the thing for me is that's the only thing that keeps me thinking about Half-Life Alyx, just watching the gameplay and talking to friends that have played it with good VR setups. They're like, this is the future of games. Honestly, I legitimately think Half-Life Alyx could be a game that people look at in the future and they're like, oh, that was the next step forward.
Yeah,
but not enough people
have-
got to play it.
yeah, that's the thing too. Is there's that like barrier, that price barrier of which I mean, there's a price barrier for next gen consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not really an excuse, but there's kind of an excuse because a lot of people don't have just straight up don't have the rigs for
I mean,
VR gaming.
because
like
you have to have the PC and the rig. There's so much.
Yeah,
And
true.
yeah, like don't get me, PSVR is how much it is, but compared to other VR, you definitely see what you're getting, like what you're paying for
right.
in terms of quality. But not like the fact that PlayStation VR is as cheap as it is and accessible as that is. I think that's incredible and so important. And I think it's great, and I hope they stick with it. But the fact that like Half-Life Alyx exists and the best kind of rig to run it is just so expensive, and there's that barrier, and that really sucks. But I'm optimistic for Hades as far as game direction goes.
Yes,
But
I really think that has as much as a chance to get it as Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm-hmm.
The other three, I just don't see.
I don't know. I think Last of Us just has such big pull. Like, are any?
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm just putting this all together. Are any of these
know,
Xbox
it's really
exclusive
okay.
games?
how many of those came out this year? You know,
Oh man! Wow, I didn't expect such a good comment so fast.
yeah, exactly.
But
There
really
you go.
though. Oh man. Ooh wee. But yeah,
All right.
the best game direction. I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Yeah,
Honestly, I know you're shitting on it, and I totally understand. But the Final Fantasy VII Remake, pretty dope. Really looking forward to frustrated that they're doing it kind of episodic, but with how big that part of the game was. All right, if Square Enix is going to take the time to get in the detail, do this, go for it, but we'll just have to see where it goes from here. Hopefully this isn't just like a one-off kind of thing for them. I'm going to pick the next section if that's okay. And we're not going into any order whatsoever.
yep.
Sorry, I'm... Boop. Nominees. View categories. I am going to pick Best Audio Design because I think that's slept on.
Oh yeah.
What we play? Inside? Was it a few years ago we played Inside together? The audio design in that game, amazing. Something I'll always think about.
Yes.
But okay, so for best audio design, we have Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima again, those two again, Resident Evil 3, Last of Us Part 2. Interesting that we have once again a remaster or like a remake in here. But when you do it well, and let's be honest, Resident Evil games do have great sound design. That's part of the experience. So I get it. Cal, I think you would probably put your vote down for Doom Eternal here. Because that's one that you've played out of all of these. Did you prefer Doom Eternal's sound design over Last of Us Part 2? Because Last of Us Part 2 is like Resident Evil, where a lot of it is built on sound design.
See, I would probably put Last of Us Part 2 ahead of it. I think.
What about soundtracks?
Here's the thing, though: is I can't really say too much for Ghost of Tsushima or Half-Life Alyx in comparison to those two. Resident Evil 3, I saw some gameplay and was not overly impressed with the audio design. But so between like Last of Us Part 2 and Doom Eternal, I would actually probably give it to Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just because as far as the audio design goes,
It's very good.
I think it was just more intuitive than Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Where Doom Eternal is just slap down some industrial heavy metal, and then some grunts and occasionally the beeps of a shield failing or whatever, and call it good.
I will say, that's kind of how I felt. Like, just based on what I've seen you play of Doom Eternal, the gameplay I've seen of it. Like, don't get me wrong, the soundtrack's amazing. So good.
Yeah.
Such a, just like through and through. And like it does sound good, but the design isn't as good as like other games.
Mhm.
I've not watched enough gameplay of Half-Life Alyx to really have an opinion on that, and I apologize to everyone for that, but I'm with you. I
I
think
have VR set up. That's just
yeah.
the way it is.
Yeah, Last of Us Part 2. That's got mine right now.
Same. Um, although, and honestly, I would put Ghost of Tsushima number 2. So if I were to rank these, I'd say Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima as number 2, Doom Eternal number 3, and then because I don't know, and that's only because I don't know between Resident Evil 3 and Half-Life Alyx, they're just kind of in that limbo for me as far as others that just are nominated, you know.
For sure. What do you think for the next category? What do you want to talk about next? You want to talk about best esports coach?
No.
All right, I'll throw it out to everyone right now. These are the categories we will not be talking about. Best esports athlete or coach or event. Best event of 2020? No. Best esports team? Also don't care. We just know it's not Team Solomid. Worst team.
TSM is fucking garbage, so as long as that doesn't get the fucking win,
We
it
don't-
doesn't really matter.
We don't care about hosts because we were not put in. We weren't even nominated, so not
Yeah.
interested.
Not to mention, nobody even asked us to host. Come
Yeah.
on. We are hilarious.
Look at us.
Everybody should be getting us as hosts. Come
Honestly, put us in for Smash commentary. Put us in. Come on, do it, you cowards.
on now. Oh my god.
Talk about,
I can't even imagine.
dude.
Oh,
I would
shit.
love to. I would be so happy.
Holy shit.
We will talk about best esports game. I think we should talk about that. Not necessarily right now, but that is one that we would talk about. Some of these.
I'm actually feeling best performance right now.
Oh, my guy. I think this is really interesting because how is this any different than like best game? Oh,
Really?
sorry. This is
Yeah.
individuals. That's my bad. Obviously.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are some doozies in here. And it is going to be, this is like razor thin for me.
All right, and here's the deal. Logan Cunningham, I'm glad that you're here, but good luck.
Yeah.
This is you're like the possible sleeper whatever. Here's the thing. It's going to be Laura Bailey or Ashley Johnson. I'm going to lose my damn mind for either one because the
Yeah.
performances from both of these women are unreal.
Absolutely off the charts.
Like wow. The emotions that I had just watching you play that game. I'm tearing up just thinking about the last 5 minutes of that damn game.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. We got someone in the chat saying that Ashley Johnson, but I don't know, man. Laura Bailey did so good. Like they're both so good.
I would almost have to go Laura Bailey. Like, and again, it's like it's a large part of it goes to Laura Bailey, a large part of it goes to the writing. Okay,
Yeah.
However-
oh God, yeah.
that writing has to be convincing somehow, and her performance made the writing, the way that they wrote the story of Last of Us Part 2,
Yeah. She brought,
needed convincing for why I should care about Abby as a character.
why do I care about Abby? And that
And her performance as Abby made me care about Abby.
yeah. Here
Ellie, I already cared about.
yes,
However,
exactly.
and I'm not saying that to diminish Ashley Johnson's role.
Mhm.
I'm saying that she did probably as good a job as Laura Bailey,
Yeah.
but I have to give that razor thin edge to Laura Bailey for making me care about a character that I previously did not care about. What do you think?
Here's the thing. Like you said, we already cared about Ellie. Ashley Johnson did a phenomenal job. We can't discount the fact that she took her from like a teenager to a young woman and hardened her. She is a woman hardened by this world. She's a character that has seen atrocities no one should ever see. But the fact that the person who has caused her so much pain is Laura Bailey's character, Abby. But we don't... I mean, I know there are a lot of people who hate Abby. But I sympathize with Abby so much. And that's what gets me. That's why I think she gets it. It's like, how are you the anti-hero and the villain? Honestly, you are the villain. She's the villain of the game. And you still love her. And you still feel for her. You still, like, there's a certain part of the game that I really questioned the future of both characters. And I was like, oh boy, is this it? I'm like, I would be devastated if anything happened to either one of these. And I feel like that's how you write a good game. It's how you do a good character. And they both brought so much to the table in terms of performance. Like, I feel sorry for everyone else in this category. They all did great at what they did. But holy shit. This was untouchable.
I will give credit to the only other one that I even relatively know, like, of the performance, but Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai.
Really good.
You did very well. It will be either Ashley or Laura.
That is a fact.
And
that's
just like a fact.
Sorry. And there's nothing wrong with that. And Najee Jeter, like, great job as Miles from what I've seen. Awesome. Cool. Like, phenomenal job. Everyone in this category, let's be honest, is this the first category we've talked about where we genuinely think everyone here deserves to be here? Yeah. I'm not saying previous categories. There are just more questionable ones, I guess, when I think about other games.
Plus, partially, like Half-Life Alyx, we just
don't know.
Yeah.
But man, oh my gosh, I am pretty into it. I'm so excited to see how this is the one I'm going to be following most heavily, honestly.
Yeah. I think this is going to be as hotly contested as the Game of the Year.
Agreed, which is so exciting and so cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pick... Ooh, can we save Best Ongoing for the end?
Sure.
Okay,
I was going to save... You know what? Well, I'm trying to save Game of the Year for the end.
Oh, yeah, we'll do Game of the Year for the end. I'm going to do... Let's do... let's not talk about Content Creator either. I don't give a shit about that. Even though Alana Pierce was brought up for it, I think that it's kind of rude that they just completely ignored the rest of Funhouse and just picked Alana, but that's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Best Family just because I play a lot of family games. And I have some strong feelings about this. So we have Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario The Origami King. Alright, first of all, what game did I miss out on the most that I desperately want to play here? Definitely Paper Mario The Origami King, personally. I've heard only good things. It got like, 8.5s, 9s? It got very good scores.
Yep.
The art direction's phenomenal. It looks fun. It looks cute. It's everything that a Paper Mario game should be. I don't think it's going to win. I don't think it's going to win at all. Let's say it. Animal Crossing's winning this category.
Ooh.
I love that, of course, that, like, 3 of the games are Nintendo games, of course. This is the first one that we've talked about that has an Xbox game in it.
Yeah.
Minecraft Dungeons, I know our follower Piggy's a lot played. I personally did not, and probably will not. If I want a dungeon crawler, I might go somewhere else. I have not played Animal Crossing yet. I have not played it. I have played a decent amount of Fall Guys, not a ton. I would like to play all these games, maybe even Minecraft Dungeons. But as far as, like, from what I've seen in just the communities and, like, how people play it and watch it, I feel like it's got to be Animal Crossing. What do you think?
It depends. I definitely forget how the Game Awards work as far as who votes. I'm pretty sure it's based off of fan voting.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me means it's entirely possible that
Fall Guys takes it.
if it's the fans voting, I can see Fall Guys maybe sneaking a win here.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me, Animal Crossing and coffee. If you haven't watched it,
I love it.
Quite honestly, I mean it's not like the most entertaining. I'm not, I'm waking up with some coffee.
It's a chill morning.
I'm either putting on lo-fi beats or I'm listening to the Animal Crossing soundtrack itself.
Because
right
it is a bop.
Yeah. And I'll say, it is a game where once you've played it long enough, it does start to feel almost like a job. But it also feels like part of your daily routine.
That's it.
Where it's like, I take a shower in the morning, then I play Animal Crossing, get my dailies.
The thing for me with Animal Crossing, and I'm basing this just solely off all my friends who, like, when I say all my friends, I mean everyone but me, basically. A majority of the people I talk to and associate with, even my coworkers at work, are playing Animal Crossing and getting those dailies, hitting that. It, like you said, there are daily things to do, and it does feel like work, but you get that good little serotonin boost. It's like, oh, I've gardened today. I've done the fishing I need to do. Oh, the holiday update just came out. I gotta go get everything to make sure I can make my house all set up for Christmas or set up for Hanukkah. Like, it's
I can now
so
sit down.
cool. Dude, that's actually, like, really cool, though. As stupid as it was talked about in the Discord a little bit, and I was like, you know what? That's actually really dope. That's a great addition to the game. Honestly, it's just simple little things like that. Like you said, I could see Fall Guys taking it. Say Fall Guys came out now, and had the same hype it had when it came out then. I think it'd sweep. I think it'd have it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
What do you think of the new Fall Guys maps?
I don't know. Haven't played them. Haven't played since I won.
I haven't played since you won.
And I haven't touched it since, because why go back when I've already reached the peak,
I was going to say, that's the thing, is I just don't think it has the hype it had before. And I think that Animal Crossing New Horizon fans are just going to be more devoted to and rabid enough to keep it going. They just dropped the holiday update.
Yep.
And I mean, Fall Guys did just come out with new maps, but it's like, is it enough to really push them over AC? And I don't think it is. Which, did your significant other get Crash 4?
Yes.
And she really enjoyed it, right?
She has not beaten it. But so far she gave it a meh.
Damn, that's roasting.
It's more Crash.
I was gonna say I'm excited. I wasn't gonna pay $60 for it, and that's why I don't have it.
Yeah.
Like I did with the remaster or remake, I will wait for it to drop in price to get it. But I'm happy and interested that Mario Kart Live Home Circuit's on here. Interesting.
I was just about to lead into that. That's why I was saying, if it really, I mean, obviously the fans vote because we can vote on this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if this were based on a critic uh, vote, like only those in the games industry are allowed to vote on this,
It could win
I
it.
really think that the results would be way, way different. I think that Mario Kart Live Home Circuit would probably win.
Yeah. I think it'd be between AC and Mario Kart Live. I still think AC is going to be up there no matter what. It's one or
Yeah.
two for a lot of people, but just how incredible and innovative Mario Kart Live Circuit is, it's just fascinating to me. It's something I wish I had, but will not buy for now.
Yeah.
But it is such a cool idea, such a Nintendo thing to do, you know?
Yeah. Make toys out of to play with your software. Yeah.
Yup, yup.
It
Oh,
probably is.
it's a peripheral, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I would, if ranking this, I would put AC 1, Fall Guys 2, Mario Kart 3, Paper Mario 4, Crash 5, Minecraft 6. It's interesting to me that this is like the first game Mojang made outside of Minecraft, and it just did not do what they were expecting, at least.
Yeah. I will say I haven't played it, but
I haven't either, and like I said, Piggy's Lot really enjoyed it. Our follower Piggy's Lot really enjoyed it, and I've seen gameplay and it looks fun. I'm just not huge on dungeon crawlers or Minecraft, so it's not really a game that speaks to me personally.
I just don't like the idea of mashing them. I don't like mashing Minecraft with anything really.
I get that. I agree.
Minecraft is Minecraft.
Leave it as is.
It's like that. It's like the math is math sort of thing.
That's what it is.
Minecraft is Minecraft. When did they change Minecraft?
Oh my gosh, 100%. Speaking, do we want to talk about best community support from here, based off that?
Is that an actual?
Yeah,
Where is that?
it's Do you have nominees general categories pulled up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right below audio design.
So what's your role in the wedding? And you're gonna be holding the train.
Whatever she needs me to do.
And you're gonna be fluffing her up like this.
Oh, there it is. My screen is wider than yours. Or
Yeah.
the window
Oh
is
shit,
wider than
sorry. Yeah,
yours.
yeah, your window is
Oh,
probably wider. Mine's shrunk down because
All
it
good.
looks better. So we got Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Valorant. First of all, fuck Valorant. Like, why is this game? Why do people play that game? Why do people talk about it? Not a fan. Fuck Riot Games. I don't know. What do you think of best community for this?
For here,
Yeah, best community support.
for me, it goes to one of these three.
Hit me.
Destiny 2,
Yep.
Fall Guys, or No Man's Sky.
Really, No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because No Man's Sky now is even better than the game that they had launched wanting to be.
Yeah, that's true. They finally made the game later.
Yeah.
The game that they want exists now.
Yeah. And it's only because they kept on it and took that community feedback. So that edges them into my top three of these six. Fall Guys is brand new, so I can't necessarily say like, okay, yeah, community support. It's fine for recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates / patch. That's all fine. They are very transparent. This update's coming out.
Their social media
be there.
Their social media is pretty fire too. Like,
Yeah. So I get that for Fall Guys, and that's why I think they cracked my top three. But if it was me, casting a vote, I would go Destiny 2.
My guy, same.
Because their fan base is still very much alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that game, when did Destiny 2 first come?
Yeah, here's the thing. What happened last month? Was it even last month? Or was it earlier this month? A new
I think it was
update
earlier this month.
came out for
Yeah.
Destiny 2, and they were crashing servers because so many people were playing. Like,
Yeah.
when did Destiny... Yeah, you're looking up. Destiny 2 came out when?
Destiny 2 came out in 2017. September 6th, 2017. So this is a 3-year-old game.
3 years ago. And they're crashing servers from so many people trying to play.
Yeah.
I'm not...
I really... And the reason I think that's happening is because of their community support. And
They got a strong
You know.
community. I know people that consistently still play Destiny, especially when an update comes out. They really,
Yeah.
I feel like they're really out. I know a handful of people that have been upset with different things they've done, but the positive they've done is more so than that. So, just based on my experiences with people who really enjoy Destiny and stop playing it for different games and then coming back to it once an update comes out. So I feel like that's huge for their community. I feel like they have to get it. Their community support is
Yeah.
super strong. And I would say, for me personally, I'm with you. The top 3 for me are Destiny 3, Apex Legends, and Fall Guys. Because, like, Fall Guys just, like, how are they staying relevant? How are they staying so relevant still? You just run. You run from one side of the map to the other. But with the little obstacles, your experiences, it's just cute. They, like, I don't know. There's just a lot to it. A lot to nothing, basically. And it is the community just hanging out and having a good time together.
yeah.
Man,
Um,
they are cute beans. They added a Godzilla skin to it, and that almost got me to, like, pick it immediately back up. But it's so hard, dude. You have to get 5 crowns.
I love the comment in the Twitch chat right now from Elacu. The devil works hard, but the Fall Guys community manager works harder.
That's a fact.
Um,
Fall Guys community manager does a damn good job.
I hate to break this podcast up slightly, but I really
This
have
guy.
to pee.
Wow, you gotta empty your bag before the game before we start podcasting.
Sorry, I didn't. I should have just plugged in my colostomy bag and just let it all go. Wait, that's fucking for poop.
That is for
What's
poop.
the?
I can't
What is?
remember.
What's the one? There's
gonna
one
make me
for
look it
pee.
up?
Whatever.
Yeah, old
Yeah.
man bladder says the chat.
My old man bladder the size of a bag of peas.
All right, well, I'll just
Uh,
pull up one that we weren't going to talk about and talk to the chat about it.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I'll
Here
be
we
right
go.
back.
All right, so everyone, we'll talk about best. Oh man, some of these are such trash. I don't even know. Do we want to talk about esports coach, athletes, host, game? We're going to talk about games. So let's talk about best esports event. Something I'm actually halfway interested in. All right, we got Blast Premier 2020, the European Finals, Call of Duty League Championship 2020, IEM Katowice 2020, League of Legends World Championship, and Overwatch League Grand Finals. Is anyone interested in any of these? I actually mildly follow Overwatch League, so I'm much more inclined to watch that, even though my team sucks. But that's okay. That's just how it be. I just feel like I wish we could have gotten some fighting events this year, fighting game events. I feel like those personally are more interesting for me. Missed out on those in 2020. I really, could have gone for some Street Fighter 5, some Smash. I'm excited to just see how good Smash Ultimate's doing in competitive play, since it used to be. Yeah, I watch Overwatch. I don't play it, but I watch it. I suck at shooters. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy them. Especially Overwatch. It's so wacky. Just all over the place. I dig it. Um, I'm a Fuel fan, so I just have a history of liking teams that suck, be it in actual sports. So like esports, it's no different. I have to like a team that's just absolute trash. I'll be honest, I started getting into Overwatch League. We used to watch it when I was an intern at Rooster Teeth. Of course, down there, the closest ones were like Houston or Dallas, and a bunch of the dudes were from Dallas, so they're like, well, we're going to be Fuel fans. And I'm like, okay, I'll be a Fuel fan. And I'm like, man, they suck. They're so bad, and they are still bad. Oh my gosh. Whoop. Hang on just a sec.
All right.
He back. We're just talking about Overwatch League, baby.
Overwatch League, yeah.
Because
Really?
shooting the breeze about Fuel versus Outlaws, exactly. Well, because we were talking about, I didn't know which of the esports thing to talk about. I could give less of a shit about individual players. I'm like, we'll talk about events. And yeah, there weren't a lot of events this year, if you can believe it. All right, what do you want to talk about now? Do you want to talk about best mobile game, or can we skip that?
We can skip that. Fuck
Dope.
mobile games. They're all the same.
Dang, really out here coming for him. What? I picked community support, so you picked the next one.
I'm down for best narrative.
Yes, my guy. Okay, you lead the way here.
Last of Us Part 2.
Oh man, didn't even read the rest. Get wrecked, everyone else. But I mean, yes.
I will. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people were pissed off. A lot of people thought it was cheesy, corny, whatever. I thought it was completely and absolutely fucking brilliant. Because like you said, Abby was a character that is the bad guy in quotes.
Yep, in quotes. That's the thing. Ugh.
And it's a narrative that is meant to try and help people with understanding and feeling empathy with the people that may disagree with for any reason under the sun. It's to try and, I don't want to give any spoilers for those who have not played the game or seen any gameplay and are trying to save themselves for like a PS5 version or whatever.
Oh man, that'll be great.
But I just completely and totally appreciate not only showing a different side, but how they are virtually mirrors of
Yes.
one another.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And it just
Now
like
the rest are I'm sure deserve to be there. I have not played a single one of them, so I know that Final Fantasy VII has to do with like global warming and shit like that.
it's a good narrative. It's a very good
Essentially.
narrative. It's a good narrative.
Yes, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the way that it is told
Mm-hmm.
goes a long way towards best narrative, and I personally think Last of Us Part 2, hands down.
100%. I think it was cool to see 13 Sentinels in here. Did not expect that at all. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. But yeah, I'm with you.
I've this is the first I've heard of that game.
Wow, this guy. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's definitely going to be Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way it's not.
All right.
I'll just put it that way.
You know what? Let's talk about
We should, you know what we should do is we should set up a non-text channel, just like a read-only channel in the Discord, saying our predictions.
okay, and see
which,
how it all rolls out.
I'll be willing to do that sometime this week. Maybe.
Do it.
Well, maybe if I don't got anything else going on Thanksgiving, I'll do it then. But yeah. Go ahead and pick the next category.
I'm just going to pick art direction. We'll just go with the next one. Like, let's be honest. We got Final
Art
Fantasy.
direction.
Yeah. We got FF7 remake. We got Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, which is no surprise. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Last of Us Part 2. What do you think for art direction? I personally would pick Hades here.
And what countries? Okay. And then after that's London.
It's between Hades and Ori.
And then after London.
Because the other ones are just like,
Okay, hang on. Give me one.
they're trying their best to be as like realistic looking as possible. Which for me, and when I look at art direction, I want something different personally. I'm more drawn to like, oh, this looks hand drawn. This looks wacky. This looks blank. I'm like, the hyperrealism is cool, but is it as much an art direction? Okay, you know what?
Right.
Chad already has me questioning myself. Ghost of Tsushima's art direction is absolutely incredible.
That's exactly where I was gonna go. Because here's the thing is, I totally agree with you. I think that, when I think of art, I think of
Art?
pen to paper,
Yeah.
not 3D models. That said, there are moments in Ghost of Tsushima that they even showed off, like when they first announced the game.
It looks like a damn painting.
It looked like an anime done in 3D, modeled in 3D, like off of 3D people, right?
Yeah.
Like an anime like that, where it's like, okay, this dude is about to face off with his former master. They set it up so the cutscene ends where it's like two silhouettes against a setting sun with
Oh
the
my God.
cherry blossoms coming down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like
That's art.
chef's kiss is all over. Like that is like so good. And not only that, but the art plays a important direction as far as guiding you to certain objectives.
That's so dope.
Which is what my former roommate was telling me, was that like basically the wind will kind of like show you, okay, follow this
That's
path.
just so dope.
Because it's it'll be like a big open field of like
Yeah.
grass.
It's like, where do I go?
They'll have like wind trails to show you, go this way for a mission to start.
That's
essentially.
cool. That's really cool.
That said,
He asked me if I wanted to come to Paisley Park and Jam.
Supergiant
Kind of just made
is a baller. They are ballers.
Time and time again.
Same with Ori. I actually have been playing that, but not on stream because I want something for myself.
And is it totally amazing?
It is just as good as the first game so far, I'll tell you that.
Gorgeous.
I really like how they set it back up
Mm-hmm.
so that it's not weird to not have like certain things. Know,
How some
like Metroid kind of has that sort of problem,
Yeah.
where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I not in the Varia suit already? That sort of thing.
Yeah, the thing about Ori is just like how they can create so much feeling and emotion with a 2D platformer is
Yes.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. So I think personally it's between those three.
Nice. Same.
If I was to rate it, I would probably.
I'm gonna give Hades this
Holy
one just
fuck.
because this is the one I think they're most likely to take. I think
Yeah.
as far as votes go, I think this is this is their biggest shot.
Yes.
And then
although me
Ori's-
personally, for me, it's gonna be Ghost 1, Hades 1A, 1B.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
It's so razor thin.
And
but
then
I
Ori,
really
though.
think Ghost is gonna take it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ori is definitely 3, and then it doesn't really matter the other two.
Yeah, the other two or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we
Those
going?
are like my top 3 of that category.
That's a solid
going-
choice.
Next, I'll just go down. I'm not in categories necessarily, but I'm just like scrolling up and down here.
Oh, nice, nice.
I'll just go best score and music.
My guy. Here we go. Okay, here's the deal. You and I both know we're both sitting on the same page. I think this is one where we are on the same page, but it's because of our own personal preferences. It's Doom
So-
Eternal, right?
So best score and music,
Yeah.
I personally will say Doom Eternal. However,
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if Ori and the Will of the Wisps comes out of nowhere to take this.
I don't know.
I'm
Okay.
Just saying.
So funny you mentioned that. I thought personally Final Fantasy VII Remake would be the one that could sneak in.
Yeah, get that in this. Yeah, that's
Very good. Very good score.
it is
Very good music.
It really is.
And that's my thing is like I personally would pick Doom Eternal, but I have no beef with honestly any of these winning. I don't know about Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 is fine. Like the acoustic guitar stuff is what is really dope. But overall, I feel like these other 4 just are better.
Yeah, the one caveat I'll say as far as Last of Us Part 2 is that it's a lot more subtle of a score.
It is. That's
and
true.
soundtrack.
Especially compared to these other games.
Yes. So it like lends itself more to the narrative and the story happening as it unfolds versus being like, oh, let's see, do I want to listen to the Doom soundtrack or do I want to listen to the Last of Us soundtrack?
It's gonna be Doom.
There aren't any bangers on the Last of Us Part 2 soundtrack. There's every single one of those songs on the Doom Eternal soundtrack is going to be a banger. So which one would you listen to? That said, because this is a fan vote thing,
It's Doom, right?
absolutely going to be Doom Eternal.
It's so good.
in my opinion.
It's so good. Like you said, like dude, you put me on the interstate playing the Doom Eternal soundtrack. I'm just like, I'm going. I'm doing.
Going
I have to
100
set.
miles plus now.
I have to set cruise control, or else I'm gonna get pulled over immediately. Shit. Okay. Oh boy. Let's just keep going down the line for now.
Okay.
Games. Do we want to do games for impact? Like what does that even mean?
Let's find out what
It's for
games are
thought-provoking
even on
games
there.
with pro-social meaning for a message. I feel bad. I've not played any of these games, nor have I heard of any of them. Like
well,
I know
I'll tell you what.
Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. I know, but I don't. I should play all these games, and I know that for a fact. I just have not.
If I was to guess, based off of what I've seen of Spiritfarer, what I've played of Kentucky Route Zero, neither of those two are gonna get it. And what I have seen of Tell Me Why would indicate that is, in my opinion, going to be the most likely.
Mm-hmm.
But I have never heard of before, if found, or Through the Darkest Times. So I would not be shocked if either one of those two came in to take it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, these all look like they'd have cool art directions and stuff like that, and cool ideas and how you go about playing the game. I just have not played any of them. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Hang on just a sec.
Well, chat. Let's talk about best esports team, shall we? We all know that the San Francisco Shock is going to win that. No doubt about it.
Okay.
San Francisco Shock, so good.
I don't game.
So Overwatch.
Shanghai Dragons.
Yeah.
All right.
I could play for Shanghai.
Damn, roasted. You want to do best?
Hey.
You want to do? I'm just kidding. You want to do best ongoing? This can be quick. Like honestly,
Yeah.
just like looking at this list.
Here's the thing too: is that best ongoing is basically the same damn thing as
Community.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna put. Okay, I'll just say all of them. It's Apex. It's Destiny 2, Warzone, Fortnite, No Man's Sky. It's Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
Now
Now this one's more interesting to me. Best indie.
let me load her up.
Damn.
Holy fuck!
Damn.
I think this is one that Hades has to take.
It's gonna win it, right? it's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be between Hades and Fall Guys probably. The fact that Fall Guys is an indie to me blows my damn mind.
That's true. Yeah. I would not be shocked if Fall Guys wins this.
Same.
Due to the fans.
Mm-hmm. But Hades, I feel like this should be theirs.
Yeah. Although I also feel like Carrion deserves some love. So. I don't know.
Get it, Cal. Look at the Devolver, dude. Devolver Digital coming in too for the indies. They just do what they do, and I fucking love it.
Oh, I guarantee my previous roommate is all about Spelunky too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because he bought like 3 different versions of Spelunky, the first one.
Wow.
Because he liked it, then he stopped liking it because he got, burnt out on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then got back into it, dropped out, back in again. And he bought it again each of those 3 times. So I would not be surprised if he's all about Spelunky 2 right now.
He's out there voting for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Are there any other categories you would like to talk about? Like, right from here, we're just getting down to genre choices. Is there any genre you'd really like to talk about that you're really drawn to? Or anything like that? We did Best Family already. But that's because I play so many family games. Is there anything you'd really like to talk about from here?
Let's do best role-playing game.
Ooh, my guy. Oh. First of all, happy to see Persona 5 Royal got in here.
Yes.
We got Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. We all know what Fee says. We know what he wants. Follower Phenomenon wants Yakuza. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I haven't played the Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yakuza Like a Dragon looks like the Sunset Overdrive of Yakuza games.
Wow. Damn.
So fucking trash. All right, I'll say it.
Just because you're bad at a game, Cal, doesn't mean it's trash.
Yeah, sure.
I legitimately think Genshin Impact could crush this, just with the followers.
It could.
Their fans are rabid, bro.
Fans. That's what makes it tough. Is I feel like this is another one of those categories where it would be totally different if critics were voting versus fans.
Mm-hmm.
So Genshin Impact will probably win.
Mm-hmm.
It's my guess. It's either going to be Genshin Impact or Final Fantasy VII. Sorry, Persona 5 Royal.
Sorry, because honestly, so good.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see just how good it is. Maybe at some point soon on the channel.
My guy.
That's a teaser for those of you who are following and or subscribed.
What do you think of Wasteland 3, though? Think it has a shot?
I think Wasteland 3 would have a shot if it were up to the critics.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But yeah,
So-
just based on who's picking, I don't think it's going to get it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I think I'm okay with moving on at this point.
You want to talk? We still have to talk about Game of the Year.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Moving on
Yeah.
to Game of the Year.
All right.
Or no, what was the category you said you wanted to talk about?
Oh yeah. It was more of a tie-in to the next article, but we'll do Game of the Year.
Okay.
Hit me. You name them.
So, 5 nominees. No, 6 nominees.
Whoa.
Sorry,
Really expanding it here.
six nominees. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Who's gonna get it? First of all, how dope is it that Hades is here?
I agree completely.
I think that it's cool to see. I think if the fans were to pick right now who we would pick, I think we both know what you would say, what they would say you would say.
Yeah.
A game you haven't even fucking played.
Ah.
Oh, you're not picking Ghost of Tsushima?
No.
Wow. Okay, so here's the deal, everyone. I've not played any of these games, but based on what I've seen, I would pick Ghost of Tsushima.
Interesting.
In the development, everything. I'll just say it right now. For me, it goes Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing, Last of Us Part 2. Fuck, then it gets harder. Hades, Doom Eternal, then Final Fantasy VII Remake. Just because it's a remaster. That's why Final Fantasy VII isn't higher. Doom Eternal is just kind of an expansion of Doom, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, especially when it's good. But just what they did with Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us, so big. The impact of Animal Crossing and the continuous playing of it, and just Hades really coming in there. Those are my picks. How about you?
So for me, I can't help but stand behind Doom Eternal as
This
my
guy.
personal game of the year.
Yeah, well, I mean that's your personal game of the year, and I'm glad that it's in this list.
But let me give some reasons why.
Hit
All
me.
right, because the story is not phenomenal. But the way the game is played,
Mm-hmm. How is it played?
it makes you want to be better, and
Nope.
it makes you want, even if you're dying, to keep playing.
It's
and
crushing
going.
you, but it's not like you're crushed to the point of not wanting to play anymore.
Yes,
It's like, this is
although
feasible.
sometimes there were a couple times where it was pretty damn close.
I've seen
I'll just
it.
say that.
Especially
yeah.
in the DLC, I've seen it.
So, for me, Doom Eternal is more of an experience. Like, it's not, when it comes to game of the year, it's more about the experience you have with the game, right? Now, I got emotional with The Last of Us Part 2.
I didn't even play it. I watched you play it and I cried.
Yeah. But for me, the experience of feeling like a badass, struggling and getting better at the game,
Mm-hmm.
and still wanting more, all of that for me just adds into its replayability, which to me means, man, I want to keep playing this game. That must mean it's good. Now, I'm pretty sure I can see where your mind is going and saying, but Cal, you play Animal Crossing New Horizons
I mean,
every Monday morning.
that's why I put it so high. Is just because of how much people play it still.
Exactly. Now, Animal Crossing is expanding on what it already has as a foundation. And
Exactly.
I'm not going to fault them for that. However, I don't necessarily consider that any better or worse than what Doom Eternal has done for me.
Mhm.
Okay? And I also don't think that just because I play it a lot means that it's any better or worse. Like, it's not even necessarily this is gonna sound bad, but it's not necessarily that I want to play it. It's that I feel like I need to play it. It's like I'm addicted to it, right?
It's got you. It's got its claws in you.
But as far as game of the year candidates go, I really think, again, this is my personal list would go number 1, Doom Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, The Last of Us Part 2, for its phenomenal storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 to Ghost of Tsushima. And I want everybody to keep in mind, all these games are good. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
just keep that in mind. Animal Crossing New Horizons would probably be, again, personally, my number 4. Hades 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake 6. Do you think that's fair? The way that I'm like
Oh,
processing that.
I agree with you 100%. I can definitely agree with that.
Does
It makes sense to me. It makes perfect
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, like it's not even so much like that I think these other games are bad and Doom Eternal's that much better.
Mhm.
It's that I had that much more fun getting good
Yeah.
playing the game.
Yep. That's
And-
great.
And I've read a couple books. Well, not a couple books. I think. Well, I don't know. I've read somewhere that part of game development is being able to say, look at where you started and look at where you finish for the player and what they're able to do, right? And
Yeah.
when I started Doom Eternal, I was horrendous. I mean, granted, they give you guns as the game goes on,
Mhm.
which, by the way, partially contributes to this, where the game feels like a game, like a video game. They don't shy away from like having just floating health packs or something like that. It's very much video game oriented.
Yeah.
Not saying these others aren't, but that's part that does slightly go towards my thought of video game of the year.
Mhm.
Check that out over one of our existing jumpsuits. I need to get Nick over here because I think Raccoon might be
Makes sense to me.
So
we're gonna put on our exercise.
anyway, I know that nobody's gonna say game of the year goes to Doom Eternal. I know that for a fact.
But you will.
But for me, that's it. For me, that's it. Until I play Ghost of Tsushima, or Hades, even, which both of which I am looking at very closely for, like kind of continuous streams, so on and so forth.
Kind of futuristic type
Um,
of embellishments and
Doom takes it for me.
All right.
really interested.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
So, what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling up best ongoing game. Not necessarily because I think it's more important to talk about than best game. Just wanted to point out that of the best ongoing games, Super Smash Bros. Isn't one of them. Even though it's the best fighting game of all, best-selling fighting game of all time, Smash Bros. Ultimate is. And you know what Smash Bros. Ultimate was built off of? Super Smash Bros. Melee, which still has a feral, it's definitely feral, rabid base.
Yeah.
And Nintendo shut down a Super Smash Bros. Tournament for using mods to play online. Here's the thing, Nintendo hates when people do things better than they do, because their internet,
Their servers are trash.
yeah, their servers are the worst. Just absolutely awful. And organizers of Big House, which is a huge Smash tourney, were using what was it? Slippy, a software tool to make Smash Bros. Melee playable online. And honestly, ran better than Ultimate. And on like Ultimate servers, and here we go. They shut it down. Why? So dumb. So frustrating. The cease and desist from Nintendo. Heartbreaking, really, because it's a great tournament, and it sucks to see it shut down like this. I was asked during my Smash stream, actually, if we were going to talk about this. Cal, how do you feel? I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I love watching. I suck at Melee compared to the people I watch play Melee, and I love watching it.
Yeah, watching Melee played by professionals is genuinely one of the best esports experiences, I think. I mean, that I've seen. It's what gets me interested in competitive gaming to that regard.
Yeah, I love watching competitive fighting games, and Melee is my go-to.
Yeah. That said, Nintendo is still stuck in the mud as far as
Hate it.
getting with the times goes.
Everyone else is cool with it.
Yeah, everybody else will just take the free publicity and call it a day. But Nintendo, for some reason, digs their heels in every time anybody wants to either just play their fucking games.
Here's
And
oh my god.
quite frankly, it's gotten to the point where I think it's at a point where it's going to start hurting them.
I think so. Here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna read a quote from Nintendo. I'm gonna have a spicy comment to say that about it. Unfortunately, sorry, this is a quote about Big House being canceled. Unfortunately, the upcoming Big House tournament announced plans to host an online tournament for Melee that required uses of illegally copied versions of the game in conjunction with a mod called Slippy during their online event. Nintendo therefore contacted the tournament organizers and asked them to stop. They refused, leaving Nintendo no choice but to step in to protect its intellectual property and brands. Nintendo cannot condone or allow piracy of its intellectual property. I'm sorry, is Nintendo still putting out copies of Melee?
Thank you.
Are they still mass producing this incredible game? Oh wait, no? Then calm down. If you're not gonna still put more out and support it, you need to just stop. There's no reason for them to do this. This is absurd.
This is the biggest reason why emulators exist in the first place, is because it can be hard to find copies of popular games that are from the past.
Even
So,
unpopular
wait-
games.
Yes, exactly.
Cheetah-Men. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
everybody's frothing at the mouth to play Cheetahman.
Cal, are you familiar with EVO, Eden of the East? No, Eden... EVO, The Search for Eden.
No.
Exactly. It's an action RPG for the Super Nintendo made by Enix that had a super small amount of copies made. It would go on to inspire Spore and a numerous amount of other different RPGs, but it's so hard to come by. It's like $500 for a cart. So guess what? Your boy emulated it because I wanted to play it. It was an Enix RPG. Why wouldn't I want to play that game?
And, you know,
I would do. If it were at the store for
really wish
six.
that
If I could buy it on an online retailer for cheaper, if it was accessible on the eShop, yes, I'll buy it. But it's not.
this is exactly why I think Nintendo should do more of those All-Stars sorts of things. Kind of like what Nintendo or Microsoft did with their
The Rare
Halo
Collection.
franchise.
Oh no, sorry, I jumped in a different direction.
Where, you know, either like literally just keep all the same assets, just update the visuals and call it a day, and then ship it as, you know, Super Smash Bros. 64 updated. You call it new Smash Brothers 64. You know, you could call it new Melee. Like that, the way they do with all their fucking products, they just put new in front of it.
I just, man.
And make it, if they're not going to make it more accessible, then they have to. And here's the other part. If we were running this Melee event, they would not have shut it down. You want to know why? Because we definitely, I mean,
We would be making money on it.
Yeah, because this is a commercial tournament that is in the eye of like big tournaments and like all that. That's why it was shut down. Is because it's so big and it's off of their IP that everybody had to download illegally for emulation to play online with their PCs instead of their GameCubes IRL.
Shout out to Addie Robinson. Later in the article, Nintendo has had a complicated relationship with both the Smash community and a larger world of video games, largely because of its aggressive copyright enforcement. The company hasn't sold Melee or the GameCube in over a decade. In 2013, it ordered EVO, the world's largest fighting game tournament, to shut down a planned Melee event. Why? Why do you not want people playing your games?
just don't understand it. Yeah, it's like by far the most rabid of the Smash communities.
Yes.
And I think rightfully so, because Melee is top tier.
The most devout. Like they are loyal, and they love the game, and the community will always exist. It's like the Street Fighter 2 community. It will always be there.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I just get so fired up about this. This is just absurd. This is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It's very, very hard to understand, because I think part of it too is a disconnect in culture. You know,
It genuinely is. It really is. That's one of the
which
biggest problems.
is- and I think that's just the most unfortunate part of this whole thing,
Yep.
is the fact that, you know, they have old-timey Japanese bigwigs saying, you know, that if they don't protect this brand, then, you know, all these pirates are going to come out and just steal the game.
They won't. Fun
As
fact.
if though they're really getting that much. I would love to see the reports on how much money they still make from Melee.
Yeah. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So by stopping
Oh
this
my gosh.
tournament, like, and here's the thing too, why couldn't they, instead of saying, you know what, cease and desist, why couldn't they say, you know what, pay us a portion of your proceeds and we'll let it go?
That's it. That's it.
Instead of saying outright, no, you cannot do this, say, we would like a cut if you are going to do it.
It's just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous.
So, yeah,
Let's move on. I'm done talking about Nintendo being dicks.
yeah.
Let's just talk about the Switch co-founder Kevin Lin leaving the company after 13 years. That's about it. What do you feel? What do you think of this?
Yeah, he has stated, quote, I'm so excited to stretch my curiosity and to continue exploring a world where technology is a positive amplifier in our lives. I will
Rip.
build again. I hope to create something as remarkable as Twitch again. No burp there, sorry. To build with amazing people who will challenge me and to make the world we experience better, end quote. He's been at it since 2011 when they rebranded Justin.tv to Twitch.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's fascinating. This dude was around before it was Twitch. That's so cool.
Yeah. I remember when Justin.tv was a thing and
Same.
thinking, okay, this is the lamest website ever. It's called Justin.tv, or like, and like part of it was like Just in Time or whatever. And it's like, this is lame. I'm not going to be part of this.
Amazon acquired it in 2014 for nearly $1 billion, which I don't know, seems like it's paying off
Oh yeah.
a little bit.
I think it's only gone up since then.
Very much so.
And so I think a large part of him leaving is actually to do with these DMCA.
Yep.
This DMCA nightmare
It
that is
is.
going on with so many streamers.
Yep. With over copyrighted audio.
And yeah, it's just rough so far. And I think he said, you know what, I've been doing this long enough. I'm gonna just bow out now. And I don't blame him.
No, not at all. I get it.
So,
That's about all I got
happy-
for that.
happy trails to Kevin Lin.
Good luck on you, dude. COO.
Yeah.
Now for more Nintendo bullshit.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. There's no Super Mario Sunshine on Switch now supports GameCube controllers. It should have done it from the get-go. There's no reason it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's about all. That's what I got.
I-
I'm happy I can play it on my Switch on handheld and everything, but I am gonna play it on GameCube with my GameCube controller now. I'm gonna play it ported with my GameCube controller, and that's just how it is.
Precisely. And here's the thing: is like, I don't understand it. Maybe if I looked at the code, I would understand it better, or something. But for me, like, I would want that functionality just built in as like a separate chunk of code where it's like either it's on or it's off.
Yep.
Right. And then if they're making an all stars game like this, where functionality with a GameCube controller would make sense,
Yep.
turn it on
Yep.
for that game.
That's
Like,
it.
I don't understand why that code snippet couldn't like just transfer across multiple games, not just Smash or Super Mario Sunshine. I mean, hell,
Why not do it? No,
um,
Nintendo first party games just does develop it with the ability. Like,
Yeah,
come on. It's obviously the best controller they ever made. Just keep using it. Why not?
I will say I like the Pro controller, but
I mean, the newest Pro controller is fantastic. All the Pro
it's just not
controllers.
the same, though.
I like the Wii one. I like the Wii U one. I think the Switch one's the best, but I will like consistently play the GameCube controller over others.
Yeah.
But Cal, what the fuck have you been playing?
Some Animal Crossing New Horizons.
My guy.
And not a lot else. I've been kind of chilling lately. I played. What did I play this past week? What's on? I know I missed, and I apologize about this, but
This
I did
guy.
miss playing some Overwatch today.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna
I meant-
apologize for the game that really mattered, Celeste, twice. Break my heart
Yeah.
over here.
I meant to play that too, but then
It happens. Who cares?
the first time something just came up.
Yeah.
The second time, another thing came up where it was a sync,
Yeah.
and actually it didn't come up; it went in. So
Exactly. Who
I
cares?
just
It's in the past now.
I'm not using it as a excuse. I'm saying it happened. I forgot about the Celeste stream. Doesn't matter. It's just kind of. I mean, you all will inevitably have the opportunity to watch me suck at platforming
Thank goodness.
eventually.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. That's all it ever is with that game. But
It's tough. It's so tough.
yeah, I've also I'll say I participated in some Smash.
Is that what you're
I don't
calling
know.
it? That's nicer than what I would. No, I'm just kidding. Yeet's good. Yeet Dragon's a good
Yeet-
player.
Heat Dragon is pretty legit.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Love playing some Smash with Yeet.
I will say I have not used a ton of, or if any of my
Mains.
mains yet,
Yup.
but we're gonna get there.
No, yeah. We were talking about that on Friday. We were discussing. We were like, all right, has Yeet used mains? No. Has Cal really used mains? And we're like, no, not really. And we're just like, oh my god, that's when the shit's gonna hit the fan and it's gonna get good. Because you guys are
think
just like
yeah.
fucking around with other characters right now. It's like, oh,
Quite honestly, yes. It's
gonna be great.
I didn't notice until about halfway through, but Yeet Dragon was using I think it was all Mario characters.
yeah,
at some
right.
point. And then because I used all the links right away.
I saw that.
I don't know. It wasn't
Classic.
necessarily intentional. It was more so like I want to make sure I'm able to keep track of who I have and haven't used.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go in a system of like, okay, now DK, Luigi, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, look forward to that eventually. I need to reach out to Yeet to see when they are going to be good to stream the next portion of our matches.
Excited, dude.
This caught on a little bit better than I thought it was going to, even.
Dude, people love Smash.
Yeah, I did not realize. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't realize this was gonna be such a big hit. What I'll say is, I quite honestly thought more people were just kind of in it for you.
It's a wombo combo, man. It's like you get a little bit of Jake, you get a lot of Smash. It's a win-win. But that's what
Yeah.
the people want. They love their Smash. It's that Pops commercial, but it's Smash Bros. Gotta have my Smash.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing to do so far has just been kind of fucking around and like going for those like
Cheeky kills.
cheeky. Yes.
Oh, it's the best.
Uh,
That's why we play.
I was trying so hard with Luigi to get the taunt kill.
Oh, my god. I
you
saw
have no
that.
idea.
I was there. I watched it. I was like, this guy. Oh my gosh. It was great.
Because, I mean, you can lose the match, but people will still talk about it.
Exactly.
You
That's
know?
what matters. That's what matters. That's like,
You gotta. Here's the thing: is I'm probably gonna lose. I have a significant deficit in stocks right now.
but are you having a great time and doing some cheeky kills?
I'm having a great time and trying to fucking look good while doing it. You know,
He's doing it. He's out there doing it, folks.
just trying to give the people a show, Jake. you know?
Exactly. It's
So
it's about sending a message.
yeah. Speaking of sending a message, I bothered playing fantasy football this week. I know you
Didn't.
were there. You were a participant.
I participated. I got a trophy. It was dope.
Yeah.
I played this week. I played some Mario Kart. Got back into Golf Story again. Played some Smash. Played some more Bug Snacks. I should be able to platinum it this week actually, which is pretty exciting. Gonna be my first plat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing really. Yeah, nothing else. No indies. Nothing small. Making some moves, doing some stuff. We'll see if I get some new indies or not. Keep an eye out.
Yeah. I really should put out some feelers with our email and just
Why not?
see.
We got an
You
official
know,
email.
just to see. Because I'd really love to play Cyberpunk 2077 a little early.
Hey,
Just
man.
saying.
Hey,
I don't know if everybody else would be down for that, but I wouldn't mind.
it'd be pretty cool. Am I right?
I'd also really like to have, a NVIDIA 3080 or whatever. But
Yeah. Right. Good luck
I
with
also
that.
have not made money, so there you go.
All right. Here's the deal, everyone. I just personally wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you all, though. Seriously, we're moving. We grew a lot this week. We went up a lot of
Yeah, we did.
followers. It was really great. Thank you, everyone, for coming to watch us play all of our games, doing all of our shenanigans. Everyone who's here, if you haven't already, definitely follow me at Jake the Mayor on Instagram and Twitter. Follow Cal at Humble Halfwood on Twitter. Definitely check out the Hogtied Twitter and Instagram. It's popping. Check out our YouTube channel, putting up the podcast, working on some new content. Cal?
Hit us up on Facebook as well. And
Yeah.
I believe, do we have the Discord link on our...
Go below. Go below.
We do. Yes.
Hit up our Discord, hit up our Facebook group. We got all them
Yes.
good social links with our own designs, our own look. It's us, black and gold, baby.
Black and gold. Is that how the song goes?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah.
Penn
Our
State,
socials are
dude.
below. Huh?
Said fuck Penn State, dude.
Did you know that Penn State has never been 0-5 until this year?
Oops, sorry about that.
You know what?
We're here for it.
If James Franklin is allowed to be the guy who coaches that team to potential playoff runs, he can also be there for the shitty 0-5 starts as well.
Oh my gosh, dude. They could have a winless season.
It would be so... Oh, man.
We're here for it, folks.
Here's the thing. I want to look real quick. I know this is not...
You looking at their schedule?
How the fuck did Rutgers lose to Michigan? Because they were up by so much.
That's so frustrating. I know. That broke my heart.
I wanted Rutgers to beat Michigan so bad.
All right, here's the thing. Michigan's going to beat Penn State. I hate Michigan, hate Jim Harbaugh. Think that they're going to beat Penn State. Michigan State's going to beat Penn State. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And Rutgers could. There's a very good possibility, folks, that we could see Penn State have a winless season this year, and that would be fantastic.
That would be incredible.
Go
So,
down in history, baby.
Yeah.
Everyone, thanks for watching. Rutgers is trash, literal trash. I forgot that we have another Midwesterner in here, and I love it. All right, but sorry about that Northwestern win on Wisconsin this week. That
Hurt
was
my
rough.
heart.
It broke my heart. I can't stand Northwestern right now.
There's two teams that I can't stand. Well, those two teams both I really can't stand when they play against Iowa.
I can stand, against Iowa. I can stand Wisconsin a hell of a lot more than Northwestern.
Wisconsin, I at least respect.
Exactly.
Northwestern, they suck the entire rest of the season, but they'll still manage to get a fucking win against Iowa.
I hate
somehow.
it. I hate it so much. We play down to them, baby.
It pisses me off so bad. That's what I thought when we lost to them by 1 point, mind
Yes.
you. However, them beating Wisconsin truly broke my heart.
Yeah,
So.
agreed. Here's the thing. Our first two losses were too close. Shouldn't have happened anyway. Now we're out there really crushing it. Petrus isn't throwing 50 passes a game because we have an incredible running core and we weren't using them. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Make sure to tune in next week. Keep an eye on the stream schedule. We're going to be putting up some really good stuff. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate all of your support. Catch you on the flippity flop. Later.